Okay, we finally arrived in the Philippines. We started that journey from Istanbul, Turkey. Here is the video about that. Around 9 p.m. we wanted to go through passport control, but for some reason we forgot to get an onward ticket. An onward ticket is not a real ticket, it's more like it's a reservation for a ticket, but that just shows the people there that, hey, we have a airplane ticket to get out of the country. And they're cheap. We paid, I think, $24 for 2 onward tickets. So we had to do that really quickly online to show them, hey, here we have a ticket to get out of the country again. And then also, we didn't know we had to fill out e-visa form. So the people there, they helped us. That was really nice. So all that took a while, and then we walked out of there, got our luggage. Again, I still had some meat left over in my meal bag. No problem getting that out of there. I then later on ate that before I went to bed. There was Rendell with his caretaker in the car waiting for us. Our next trusted house sitter's job. For at least 6 weeks, we were supposed to take care of Tinkerbell, a 1-year-old Belgian Malinois that gets trained to become a service dog, while Rendell, with his caregiver and the old service dog, the 12-year-old one, would go to Florida to get treatments. And already on a WhatsApp call, Rendell told us maybe he would need us for much longer, depending on how long he would have to stay in Florida. Everything for Rendell changed in the last 24 hours. Actually, already 5 days before we got to the Philippines, Scrappy, the old 12-year-old service dog, died peacefully in his sleep. His caregiver couldn't get a visa to go to the United States, and Randy needs assistance 24/7, so he couldn't go by himself. So when Rendell picked us up, he already had a new caregiver. So what about us? Rendell said he would honor his contract with us, and he wanted to go to Palawan, another place in the Philippines, much more in the south, for a while anyways, but not for 6 weeks, maybe just for a week or so. We arrived around 9:30 p.m. on a Friday on January 17th, 2025. So for the first 5 days, we stayed at Rendell's place with Rendell, his caregiver Rhea, and her daughter Hannah. Luckily, Rendell has a luxury condo with 3 bedrooms, and all of those have their own bathrooms and a really big living room, a small balcony, and a really nice big kitchen. So there was a lot of space, and we had our own room, our own bathroom. By the way, I think he pays around $1,450 per month for that luxury condo. Rendell is super cool and friendly. I like him a lot. I just don't like living with other people. No one but Paul. Not even my own family. Not even my best friend. Really, no one but Paul. Rendell showed us Tinkerbell's routine, took us to the mall to go grocery shopping, and explained and showed us everything. I have to mention it again. He is really super nice and cool. I like him a lot. But I'm just not doing well with changes. My body is not doing well with that. I'm not doing well when stuff doesn't go as planned. Yeah, my Asperger's. Yes, it goes totally against my body living a nomad life. It's totally against my personality, I know. But honestly, I think that's actually also a reason why I should do that. Well, not forever, but for a while. Why I should live a nomad life. Because it actually does go against my personality. Well, we arrived at night. There was no time to go shopping for me. And as mentioned, I ate the last piece of meat I took with me before going to bed. I'm on a very strict diet. I can't just eat whatever. I'm a carnivore. So for me, it was no problem first the next day to go out with Tinkerbell and throw the ball and walk her. And then we went grocery shopping, but everything took so long. So at the grocery store, I got really weak and it wasn't good anymore. So Rendell was really nice. He made sure I got to go to a Korean barbecue there at the mall, and I just got beef, just plain beef. So finally, at 2:45 p.m., I got some food in me. This is always the biggest problem for me, food. I need to be able to cook for me whenever I need to. Well, all this was so fucking hard on my body. At midnight, I crashed, but only for an hour. Unfortunately, when Paul came into our room at 1 p.m., he woke me up. Not on purpose, but it just woke me up, and I couldn't sleep until 9 a.m. And at 11 a.m., Paul woke me up because, hey, the cleaning lady is here. Well, great, we have a cleaning lady. Nice, but please, also something I really need to know beforehand. So yeah, I got barely any sleep. Okay, Sundays and Wednesdays, the cleaning lady comes over. Really something I would have liked to know in advance. It was Sunday, and Paul told me she would stay here until 3 p.m. I was so fucking hungry, but I was like, okay, let's just wait until 3 p.m. until I cook for me some food. I could have cooked whenever, when the cleaning lady is there or whatever, but I just don't like it. I hate cooking in front of others. I hate sharing a kitchen. I prefer closed kitchens, so I can be in there all by myself. So anyways, I wanted to wait, but she stayed until 5 p.m. Yes, on Sunday she stays longer. And so at 3 p.m. I was like, fuck it, I can't anymore. And I went into the kitchen and cooked. Yeah, here we are in the jungle. It's sometimes loud. In Mae Rim, Thailand, by the way. Anyways, so don't get me wrong, the cleaning lady is super nice, but I'm not used to have a cleaning lady, and I love my dirty pants. So right after I was done cooking, she washed my dirty pants. I'm like, no, because so many times I cook something, I eat it, I'm still hungry, so I cook some more, use the pan again. But yeah, anyways. Also, Randall told her, hey, there's so much meat in the fridge, just put it in the freezer. And of course, also my ground beef that we bought ended up in the freezer. Hell no. No one touches my meat. No. And no. Ground beef has to be portioned out first. I have to take it out, I have to make portions, I have to pat it, like make patties or like make it flat, and not just put the whole bag how it is in the freezer. No. But again, it wasn't her fault at all. Of course, how should she know which meat is Miss Aline's meat? No. And most people don't understand, like, little things like that cause anxiety and overstimulation in me. Don't worry, I didn't have a meltdown in front of them, but later on I had a breakdown. Yes, it was just, everything was just too much for me. All that was way too hard on my body. But after it got clear that I didn't have to be social, I was just taking care of the dog and would just stay in my room and could cook whenever I wanted and needed, and just went about my own business and knew that every Sunday and Wednesday the cleaning lady comes over. I actually felt pretty okay living there. Actually much more comfortable than spending 3 nights at my mom's house. I do well with animals, not so much with people. And Randall and Paul, they got along very well. They talked to each other, and I think they really enjoyed each other's company. After 5 days, Randall and his caregiver Rhea and her daughter Hannah went up north for a little vacation. So Paul and I had the whole condo and the dog to ourselves for 4 days. More about that in a future video. Stay happy, stay healthy.